to be here today with you. And as the minister just explained, the three Benelux countries, the three Benelux foreign ministers, go on a trip every year, and we are truly delighted to be here today in beautiful Ghana. And as the minister said, indeed, there's a long list of international issues on our plate, ranging from regional stability here, the horrible war Russia is waging in Ukraine, global stability at large, and of course the tremendous important topics like future development, trade and migration. And we're here to, of course, discuss with our friends all these important issues and topics. But we're also here because we truly feel we're like-minded countries, and we both adhere to the principles of the UN. We're champions of multilateralism, and we cherish the bond of friendship and partnership that we have with Ghana, and therefore we are delighted to be here today and tomorrow, and exceptionally delighted to be here today and tonight with you.
I think it's very important as foreign ministers to see also the situation in the country. It's not very frequent that we are from the European Union in your country here, but I think I read what your aims are, and I am Minister for Migration too, so you know the situation in Europe, and we know the situation that a lot of young people want to have a better life and think that they can cross the Sahara and then cross the Mediterranean and come to the European Union. So we failed till 2015 to have a European migration policy. We make efforts, but we have in different countries an opposition to come to a European migration policy that we need. But your aim is to have in every, I think you call it district, a factory, and in every village a dam for agriculture to develop your country, and I think I can only approve this is the right way. And during our meeting with ministers, with two ministers, we heard about what is happening in the north of the country, not only in this country but also in Benin, in Togo. So the ministers told us that if one day Burkina would collapse, the situation would be worse in this country here. And therefore, I think in the European Union, and Michel was here last year, I think in December, he knows the problem, and we, both of us, and also I think our ambassador from Belgium, we will recall in Brussels that here we have to support a country like Ghana, who is a country respecting rule of law, that we have to support you.
My capacity as Special Envoy for Sahel, so it's a function that has been created by my minister, so I'm her envoy. I'm very delighted to be here as well, of course. Just adding to what the ministers have already said, maybe just emphasizing that we, of course, are also very happy to interact with Ghana in the sense that our approach to the Sahel and to the wider region is ideally an approach that works on, let's say, an integrated approach, that we work not only with security assistance or security collaboration, but also collaboration in the field of development, of good governance, and so on, and also for humanitarian aid where it is possible. And we have, as Belgium, also enhanced our diplomatic presence in the region as a result. So it is an expression, I would say, these things, that the Sahel is at the center, and the region is at the center of our foreign policy as far as Africa is concerned. And it is a commitment that we will hold for a very long period. Maybe just adding the fact that, for instance, if we look at the broader picture and the collaboration between the European Union and the African Union, we have, of course, had the summit recently, which was very successful, and Belgium will have the presidency of the European Union next year. And we are also we are planning to have an event on the access to pharmaceuticals, to affordable and qualitative pharmaceuticals, and I think Ghana is, of course, also a leading country in that respect, so we hope to collaborate with you.
Countries with whom Ghana enjoys very positive relations, individually as well as collectively, have the opportunity to express our appreciation for the work that you're doing with us and also in our region. particularly in the Sahel and particularly in Burkina Faso, where your three countries, and I think the Luxembourg is leading in that, devoting a lot of resources to assisting that country which is in a difficult situation. I think these are all very laudable initiatives that are being taken and ones that we appreciate very much. We'll take it that the cooperation that there is between us is, as the Luxembourg foreign minister said, is a cooperation based on some very important shared principles. Ghana is a thriving democracy where presidents and members of parliament lose elections and where the rule of law is not just a slogan. So it's important that countries that have these important values cooperate, find ways to cooperate and work together. There are developments in our region across the world where others have different goals and different objectives. And therefore, this is a time where people who have these similar views ought to stick together and find a way of working together to make sure that these views prevail. I have no doubt that they will prevail, but they won't prevail just by our sitting down and twiddling our thumbs. They will prevail because we are active and working and finding ways to cooperate aggressively and intensively. So we welcome you very much here to Ghana and appreciate your choosing our country as one of the countries that you're visiting on your African tour. The issues that have to be, I believe that the National Security Minister and the Foreign Minister have taken you through some of the critical matters of concern to us. Our region is not a very dangerous neighborhood. The people who were driven out of the Middle East and Afghanistan and came to find refuge in Gaddafi's Libya crossed the Sahara when he was overthrown and came and installed themselves in the northern part of Mali. And from there, they've been attempting to spread their influence eastwards across the region and southwards as well. And that has brought countries like my own into play, the terrorist menace that is confronting our countries. It is a major security priority for us to make sure that we can prevent the outbreak and the occurrence of incidents of terrorism in Ghana, and also to cooperate with our neighbors to find a way of driving them out of our region. Systematic development of this region is going to be difficult if they are part of the public discourse and the public activities. So how that can be achieved is a major concern of ours. We are, as I said, appreciative of the efforts you're making to alleviate some of the problems, refugees, etc. We here in Ghana are beginning to get an unusual and very unhealthy number of refugees beginning to take place here in Ghana as a result of the occurrence in Burkina Faso, both on our northwest border as well as on our northeast border. A lot of people coming in, and you can be sure that some of them belong to these terrorist groupings. It's not as difficult to be able to maintain complete control of the flow of refugees that are coming and to be able to identify everybody that is coming into the territory. But it is an exercise that we cannot share, and we have to do our best to make sure that we have a strong hand on this. There are many, many areas of cooperation in this whole anti-terrorist struggle that we are engaged in with the European Union, also with various countries. Yes, President Charles Michel was here. I've also had occasion to meet him a couple of times in Brussels, of course at various international fora, and we continue to work. The European Union seems determined to find ways of assisting us here in Ghana to be able to confront this menace. We're already in very significant discussions with Brussels and that, and but so far it looks as it's very positive, the help that they are determined to give. So we welcome that very much. We welcome the cooperation that we have with Europe. There's always been our view here in Ghana that if there is one group of people who historically we joined to, it's Europeans, is the Mediterranean, which is a very slim river, sea that divides us. And there's history and relationships and culture that unites our two continents. So it makes a lot of sense that we find ways of being able to cooperate and advance mutual common interests. I think that the relationship that we are going to forge cannot be just about migration. Migration has to be an incident of it, but there are larger objectives that we have also to look at. Investment, trade, investment, etc. All of those are matters that are very much on the table. And we look upon a visit like yours as a good indication of the interest and the concern that you continue to have in Ghana and in West Africa, and your determination also to continue to find ways to cooperate with us. So we welcome you very, very warmly. And I'm hoping that these more detailed discussions that you've been having with the ministers are ones that are going to be able to bear fruit in terms of concrete measures and concrete actions that are going to be taken. So, once again, it's good to meet with you, Foreign Minister, and I welcome you all, Akwaba, very much to Ghana, and hope that your brief stay here will be fruitful and enjoyable. Ghanaians are strong people for hospitality, and hopefully you will enjoy your presence in our country. Thank you.